Good morning, everyone. I hope you have your coffee with you. We are going to have a fun chat this morning, I think. Uh, man, a lot of people angry. A lot of people angry. Angry at me. Don't really care, but but they are just angry people. I'm going to turn on my the soundboard. I didn't have it on last night, but I'm going to turn it on now. How are you all? Having a good Saturday? It's college football on today. I'll be watching that. Just getting the last of my setup done here. Turn sideways. I hate when it does that. I'll need that on. Turn that off. I need to get me another small monitor so then I can have 4. 4 is the max that I can use with my computer. You're not angry. Well, that's good, bearded man. Oh, I gotta go live on. There we go. Good morning. Good morning. Lots of good things happening today. There is. Okay. Just me and you are doing something right if they are mad at you. Yep, when you're over the target, that's when you take the most fire. I do have to laugh at the drug dealer. She got banned from the chat last night, and she's mad at me this morning, and she's trying to bring up things in my divorce. Just lets me know that I am bothering you. Like, and again, I can't be any clearer. Anyone who wants to come in here, if you want to come in here and you want to, discuss, you don't have to agree with me, but you're not allowed to come in here and attack others. Not allowed to do it. Reminder, you can buy this shirt off of veterannationfoundation.com. I believe this is our lowest price shirt. I believe it's like $15. It's been a while since I've messed with the prices. Ginger's here. You made it on time. 03 Infantry, you made it.
Holy Jesus.
I love that damn movie. Okay, she's coming in the door. No reason to bark. Your first grandchild, Isabel, turns 13 today. Very nice. Congratulations. I love hearing good things like that. Let me center myself just a little bit better. It's those little tweaks that get on my nerves. The trolls are angry. Yes, they are. They are very angry. Yeah, she came in hot. She came in attacking people, and the thing is, like, she's got a conviction for drugs, a serious conviction. Did you ever notice that these people tend to run together? Like the dude who was the dad of the serial killer, who also tried to cover that up for his serial killer son. We've got the drug dealer. We had the guy in the group who was coming after everyone. Turns out he had child porn convictions. Like, ooh. This is a nice surprise this morning. My crypto's doing really well. Let me take a look. I might have to sell some of it. Make some money. Ooh, yeah. I'm up. In the last hour, I'm up 12%. Liking that. You missed it last night? It was a fun little thing. There wasn't a whole lot of information passed. I might do more today. Oh, by the way, I need to. I really laugh. The haters were trying to tell me I should keep my distance from Spawn Trooper, and I find that just hilarious because Spawn Trooper, like he's like the one person they can't dox. It's his name is way too common. Like so, there's like a million of them, million people with the same name, and they can't dox him. So yeah, it's a pain. If they ever do dox him, they're gonna realize, oh, we effed up. As Liam Neeson said, he's got a very unique set of skills. If they haven't figured that out, they got to really read between the lines. Some of these people. Sorry, I'm trying to look here. Instagram's a little bit funny this morning. Okay, yeah, all right. I'm starting to figure out some of this stuff. I still got to figure out Rumble. Rumble's a little bit different. Thank you for the $2, Life According to Martin. What did I miss on the day? Regards from the UK. Well, you haven't missed anything from today. Last night we were talking about Levy County letting John Cook out of prison. That's just it's just a proof of the corruption. Oh, there we go. I got it up. See, fixed it. What do you want, dog? Go lay down. But yeah, it's just it just proves that the corruption is pretty deep. Which, again, I think it's born out of laziness. They don't want to do anything because they're pretty lazy. Yeah, they're not that bright. Yeah, the haters are not exactly the brightest bunch. And you know that because they'll dunk on things like this, and it's like there's an Ohio court about ready to convict a second time for contempt of court. And Jeremy's already ready with more charges. He's ready with more charges. Oh, I see. We got the Wise Owl. Thank you. Or Wise Oracle. I always screw that up. I always say Wise Owl, Wise Oracle. Levy County has failed to follow through with any court case. Oh yeah. And that's the corruption. Like you need to police departments, DAs, they take an oath that and it's to the Constitution. Well, the Constitution has the 14th Amendment that all people are protected under the law equally. Well, guess what? When you don't apply the law equally, you're violating the 14th Amendment. Did Wes ever make it to Florida to give his statement? No, he did not. There's questions right now about the money that people donated to him. I don't believe I donated money. If I did donate to him any money, it was like $10. Like kind of like who cares? And a lot of people are like, "Oh, you stole your money." If I don't recall donating to him, but if I did, it would have been a small amount like that. I don't care about it. Yeah, I waste $10 every day, like normally on coffee or dumb shit. So yeah, like, but if it's from what I understand, while the charges are dropped, they're not with it's not with prejudice, which means they can bring him back. But I have zero faith in Levy County to bring them back. Even if they bring him back and they were to convict him and all that, they're not going to do anything major to him. It'd be a slap on the wrist, and that would also be a part of. That's what they should have done. To be honest, that's what they should have done. Which video was it that you had Bruce on? I can't remember. So you could, if you, it was a live where I had him on. It was called Otter Creek Breaking News. But if you want the interview of him without going through all the stuff, you can go into my list, and it's unprofessional attorney loses it. Lynette said on video to the reporter, John told her that's what he did it. Yeah. And they hid the weapon. They lied to enforcement. They could have been charged with all of that stuff, but they weren't. Just shows you the cops don't want to do anything about it. The DA doesn't want to do anything about it. They're going to be convicted in Ohio. I'm pretty confident of that. There's like I would say 5 to 10% chance they're not convicted in Ohio. Didn't sound like the judge was moved by their arguments. Granted, though, that would have been a how do we put it? It would have been a what's the term? We got it secondhand. I'm a disabled vet with terminal lung cancer. I enjoy your channel. Well, thank you for being here. You keep up the fight with the lung cancer. If you'd ever like to come on and tell your story, we'd love to have you. The younger generations need to hear from veterans like yourself. Even if you didn't do anything, you never know what you talk about that will resonate with someone else. And, because we now have the internet and YouTube and all this stuff, we can save a lot of this stuff for future generations. It's nice weather up in Canada. Good. With no footage and only Wes's word, AK former drug, from my understanding, the other woman refused. He would not allow them to interview. They have no choice. No, they did have video footage. Doesn't matter though. Again, they should have gone forward and just given him a slap on the wrist. Would have been better for them, but people are watching though. And you know what? And I'll get into. Let me pull up here. I'll go through the email that I got from the DA. I'm just looking here. DJ Radis has everyone. Make sure you subscribe to DJ Radis. He's got a new video out. Apparently, Lynette has a diary. It's entitled "Dear Diary." So let me take that down. Jackie, if he would like to come on, we'd love to have him on. If he doesn't want to come on, but he just needs some support, let him know. We've got our phone number down here. That's our line for questions and comments and stuff. You can absolutely give that number to him and reach out to us. All right, so I'm gonna read this. Let me do this. I got Verizon trying to pimp me into a iPhone 16. I just got this phone. Why would I do an iPhone 16? Where's my thing? Come on. Open. Is it over here on this one? He'd probably love to talk. Yeah, give him the number. I'd love to have him on the show too. Okay, no, it didn't open up there. Why is this not opening? Okay. Okay, there it goes. Now, this is a very generic response. Some of you are probably going to get upset about it. I don't get upset about stuff like this because I know I achieved my goal. Okay, this is from the Attorney General's office. Dear Mike Arthur, this is to acknowledge receipt of your most recent correspondence to the Florida Attorney General's office. We hope the following proves helpful in clarifying our office's role as well as your options for dealing with the new and ongoing concerns you express. First, let me first understand that the Attorney General's office is not a first response nor a criminal investigative agency to report concerns or a crime. We can only suggest you dial 911 or contact your local police or sheriffs or law enforcement where the alleged activities occurred. These authorities operate independently and are not part of the Attorney General's office. You also need to report abuse, neglect, or exploitation of a child, senior citizens, or vulnerable adult. It is imperative that you also contact the state's 24-hour abuse hotline operated by the Florida Department of Children and Family Services. They actually have on their site a thing about reporting abuse. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to pass the buck. That is what the Attorney General is trying to do here. None of Jeremy's cases will be heard in Levy County because no, they'll go to the other judge. But I think he's done in Levy County now. He is now going to be going to federal court, and he'll stay in Ohio court as well. But that's like Jeremy's gonna fight this stuff. He's gonna fight this stuff. All the things Bruce is doing, if you notice, those are all in Levy court. Like, yeah, he's doing the motions for the federal court, but all the new stuff he's bringing is in Levy court, and that's because he's trying to get. He's going to the place where he thinks he can get the most favorable result, because if he were really concerned about this stuff, and he's saying that everybody is everybody's an agent of Jeremy Hales, but he's not doing a countersuit in federal court. So just notice that. So yeah, he's going to where he's going to have the most success. And I also like how people were lumping things into the stuff with Cook and saying, oh yeah, it's all thrown out. No, it's not. Like, there's things that are not even in Levy County court. Like, you got the Ohio court, you got the stuff down in Sarasota County, you got the federal court. Like, that doesn't all get tossed out. So you always want to, keep things calm and rational. Yeah. He is in federal court. The ones against him are Levy, and they're not even against him. They're trying to get everyone else, which is a stupid strategy. More lawsuits is a stupid strategy. Like, I see what Bruce is doing. It's just a dumb strategy because you saw they've already done. Well, actually, I don't know if we got into that. We'll get into the motion. There's a motion out there that. Yeah, it's just it's pretty funny, to be honest. Simon Pelling just got one of your mugs. I hope you enjoy it. I really do. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much for supporting us. Let everyone know about us, please. We do appreciate it. It is noted that you've previously been in contact with the Levy County Sheriff's Office as well as DCF. We encourage you to submitting any evidence or expressing any concerns to those agencies for any new or ongoing matters. Okay, doing the same over and over and expecting a different result is insane. For concerns about law enforcement's handling of the issues, we have reviewed your past and current correspondence and can confirm from our office's previous reply on June 7th, included below, that the resources and referrals remain accurate. For issues with the DCF, Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission, please note that our office does not have administrative authority of these state agencies, and their decisions are not subject to the Attorney General's authority. Never said that they were. Never said that they were. Bylaws office represents the state and its officials in civil actions which affect the state's interests. The clients of this office are the state departments and agencies from all three branches of state government, including those agencies, individual offices, officials, and employees. So this is where it becomes important. This right here is this is the line right here. This is the important. They are now aware these things are happening. And here's the thing. They give advice to these like agencies that don't report to them because, again, they have to present them in court. So what they're going to do is going to reach out to the legal departments of those things and be like, look, here's the type of stuff we're getting. This was the goal of my letters. This was the goal because now people are talking. Specifically, the lawyers involved in this stuff. And yeah, there's going to be some who say, oh, yeah, this is complete and total BS. This guy just won't shut up. Okay. But there's also going to be those who are going to say, oh, no. There's a group of people. He's got a platform. What the Hales has a platform. Deanna has a platform. Willis has a platform. Madam Mayor has a platform. They're getting out to hundreds of thousands of people. Levy County Sheriff is like Reno 911, except they're not funny. Levy County Sheriff is useful as all the contents of her poop bucket. Well, here's the thing. It's not just them. If it were just them, yeah, but there's the DA, there's Children and Family Services. They didn't even come onto the property. Like they all think, oh yeah, I'll just do this and cover it and that'll be fine. I'm looking for. In other words, they say they can't or won't do anything. I think they could investigate or advise the agency. Absolutely, they could. Here's the thing. We had them talking. Just like when it came to Judge Grudge. People said that my letter, is it up here still? Yeah, I did my letter to the Judicial Qualifications Commission. And they said that letter won't do anything. And it didn't. But it's a step. And it got people talking. Now, Judge Grudge, he got removed from that case. Guess what? He's recusing himself from cases. It is now questionable if he should even be a judge with what people have now been able to find. That's the thing. When you turn on the lights, the cockroaches scatter. That's what happens. And the lights, we're letting him know that the lights are on. People are watching. So that is the whole intent of my letters. If mainstream media in Levy County would investigate and report things, would change quickly. Okay, but that's up to you guys. So you guys should be reaching out to NPR. You should be reaching out to the TV stations in Gainesville and saying, are you looking at what's going on? Like, you need to pay attention. For instance, they did the story on John Cook. I'm telling you, if they come back and do the story that, oh yeah, these charges were dropped, more people in Levy County would know that, oh, we've got a violent person amongst us. Again, Levy County DA is not going to rebring this case, but the DA, I guarantee, is in a election
I plead the fifth.
And that's exactly how they're going to operate. Do I really believe the Children's Protection Service who visited 27 times and found nothing are that bad? Yes. Yes. Because here's the thing. They also should be investigating Lloyd. And Lloyd is willing to go on the record. So yes. Yes. They are that bad. They're just, but again, it's born out of laziness. So we're going to go on with this. We encourage you to review the following web pages for information about the role and function of this office, as well as the Attorney General's frequently asked questions. Give me links. I have a complaint with another state agency. Can the Attorney General act on my behalf or take action against it? This message is getting out, however, until new officials voted in. Change will be slow in happening. Families that have run the county for years are still there. Corruption runs deep. Oh, yeah. Yeah. My lawyer just fell down.
It makes me upset. It makes me have anxiety. It triggers me in other ways, and I cannot deal with it.
In Sarasota, where her adoption, and that's also where it's sealed. The Attorney General is prohibited for representing private individuals in any cases. Those with complaints with individual agencies should take those complaints to the respective administrators, secretaries, or inspector generals of those agencies. Well, I did. If they would have looked at the letter, I had copy twos down at the bottom. I did. Normally, each agency, ombudsman, or office for public to contact to help citizens with their problems with the agency. These agencies are listed. The legislature has all oversight of state agencies and their budget. You may wish to contact the state representative or state senator if you are unable to resolve the problem with the respective agency. In due time. In due time. Her voice is so cringe. My TV stations need to do follow-up stories. It keeps the spotlight. Not just them. Contact too. Contact radio. TV, also newspapers. Like, the more eyes on this stuff. And if you want copies of my letters that I've sent to send to them and be like, hey, this is already, the governor knows, the Attorney General knows. Yeah, I'll happily give you copies of what I sent. Additionally, please note that both the DCF and the Florida Wildlife Conservation are executive state agencies under the direct authority of the governor. Well, if they would have looked at the bottom of the letter, it was addressed to the governor. Therefore, concerns, they just go report there. Furthermore, as part of the executive branch of government, the Attorney General's office cannot supersede or circumvent the decisions of the judicial branch. For questions about a judge's decision or contact, the Attorney General's office has no jurisdiction to accept or investigate a complaint of judicial misconduct against a Florida state judge. Again, that's not the point of my letter, that it's very deep corruption. Finally, if you need guidance that remains your best interest, consider consulting a private attorney. I don't know what a private attorney would do for me. If you need assistance locating an attorney, please reference below the reply for contact information. Florida Bar Lawyer Referral Service. Please understand the inability of the Attorney Generals to intervene in these matters stems from statutory constraints described. I'm not expecting them to intervene. Here's what they're going to be doing. A bunch of lawyers are going to be talking now. And they're going to be like, yeah, there's some problems here. Like, there's legitimate issues. I do want to look here. Okay. But yeah, there's legit issues, and that's the whole point. That's the point of the letters. Didn't you see a letter Short sent the sheriff's department, Mike? No, I didn't. I didn't. Which is stupid. Like, no one can stop Children's Service from entering their property. This, I believe, is false. Again, there's Is there any proof that Preston stopped them from entering this ridiculous statement? No, that you can stop children's services from entering your property. The government, you have a Fourth Amendment right. The government cannot come on unless they have probable cause. But the deputy gave them probable cause. The fact that they didn't get a warrant and just go on, that's an issue. That sounds like a form letter to blow people off. That's exactly what it is. It's exactly what it is. But again, the goal was never been to get the attorney general to intervene. It's to make them aware. And there will be discussions. I guarantee you there's discussions. Just like I've had people respond to me about when I've done stuff to inspector generals. They're like, "Oh, it's not going to change." It's like, "Oh yeah, this won't change," but it makes a record. It makes a record so that when someone does sue, there you go. It's such a generic get screwed response letter. Best thing we can do is not give up. Exactly. More letters, get louder. What we should start doing now is consider an actual protest. That's what we should be considering next. I'm going to take a very quick break because I need to get more coffee. You should all go get more coffee or whatever it is you're drinking, hopefully not alcohol. And we'll be right back. Let's see. Without a warrant, yes, you can. Well, you need exigent circumstances without a warrant. Yep, Lloyd's a veteran, and the other side tried. And again, that's where they cross the line and go into breaking the law. That's why I do things officially. I'm not trying to get anybody shut down. I'm not trying to take anyone's channels away. That's why I laugh about Kimberly wanting to make things about my divorce, like wanting to go back and forth. It's like, oh, okay. I mentioned your conviction. You're mentioning things that are, yeah, they're public record enough in a court of law, but that's a very low bar of in that court of law, very low bar of what you can say about someone else. So guess what? They are protected. The person, like people who make accusations in family court, they are protected because it's in a courtroom setting. You have a little bit of, it's not judicial immunity. I forget the concept, but yeah, you can say things, you can use certain defenses and stuff in court. But people who try to use that outside of court, you do not have that protection. And if I already have your conviction, do you think I don't have your other stuff? Do you really want to play this game? Jeremy is going to have to sue Levy County in the state of Florida if he really wants to end this mess. Yeah, and he's going to. He is going to. Jeremy is going to sue. He's going to sue the county and the state, and he's going to win. But again, he'll be able to use these letters as part of his evidence to be like, oh, they knew about this stuff. So if he wants to use my letters, he's welcome to them. He doesn't have to. He doesn't even need to get them from me. He can say, "Hey, we're going to subpoena this stuff." And that's the thing. When you work in government, if you know of something improper, and you don't refer it for investigation, you're just as guilty as the person doing the stuff improper. This was all by design. Like, I had a plan with all this stuff. I've done this several times. Get your cameras out and record everything. Oh, absolutely. I would be in jail right now because my ex-wife's boyfriend attacked me actually just a year and 2 days ago. And they said that I attacked them. I had a dash cam video. And it proved that I was not the aggressor. And I'm not in jail today. I would have been had I not had a dash cam. You should get yourself a dash cam. I do have cameras up at my property. What really gets me is the haters like to bring up everyone's past that go against. Oh, yeah. They're just digging for dirt on people. What's funny is, again, with my court stuff, I'm winning. Like, I just had to wait. Court takes a long time. You just have to wait, but I'm winning. I'm being successful. I'm a veteran as well, and what Levy County DA is doing makes me sick. Well, it's going to take us veterans. We're a very vocal bunch. We're going to have to do something. We are. Do you think that the sheriff of Levy County is pissed and is being stubborn and ignoring all activities? Yes, but now that, okay, again, we're going back to strategy. Now that Lynette is suing the sheriff, and they're going to have to address resources to protect Deputy Gregory, who absolutely acted the correct way. This is how, when you get these corrupt institutions, this is when they start turning on each other. We saw that with Russ. Don suddenly he realized he was corrupt, so then he had to align with Russ. And where did it get him? It got them both voted off the board. Well, for Don, he resigned from the board. But yeah, it got Russ his wrongdoing, and then he took it to the Florida Ethical Board, and they were like, okay. What Russ should have done, had he been smart, is he would have sued over the whole Madam Mayor giving him the shorter sentence. I don't know if or not sentence, but term. I don't know if he would have been successful. I don't know if he would have been successful at all. Jeremy has the email from the state's attorney. Yep. They're still not gonna look. They might now that Lynette is throwing them under the bus. And here's the thing: this perfect thing for Jeremy, and also for the ants to use. Bruce is making this an issue in court. They're going to be able to argue all this stuff about Harley Grace, and it'll be in a court of law, which means it'll be things that DCF can't deny anymore. Any normal person who's been through before can see what's. Oh yeah, absolutely. Wes needs to go see the state lawyer. I don't know if he will. I don't put stock. Don't put stock into people that you don't know if they're true to their intentions. Jeremy, I've been watching Jeremy for years. I knew Jeremy is a man of principles. So I had faith that Jeremy would always try to do the right thing. Same thing with Willis. Willis will do the right thing. I've been watching him enough that I believe that with him. When anyone jumps into this, always question their motives and principles. I don't know what Wes's are. I have not watched him enough, and frankly, I just really don't care. I really don't. I do believe Wes should have a year to get Otter Creek to file complaints. Poor guy and his daughter were sick, then needs to raise money to get there. I mean, is he going to go? I don't know. There's money there forum. I don't know. There's people saying report Wes for fraud on the GoFundMe. I do know Wes did not start the GoFundMe. The guy that came out to the last time, never stopped foot on the property, was the head of the department. What does that tell you? I'm getting in the attorney. But the whole thing is, it's all starting to pile up. And when the snow piles up, eventually there's an avalanche. And that's the whole point of this stuff. Willis had a camera on, put the SD card from the camera into a safe, never to be seen, only for his own protection. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't want that property. I wouldn't want it. A lot of this stuff is going to be used in court. Yep, a lot of this is going to be used in court. Oh, let's see. Oh, I was mentioned again by one of the uncensored bunch. Ask Mike about his son. He can't have any of his son's military stuff because he was suck a brutal dick to his ex-wife. Here's one thing for those going into who want to look into my divorce and stuff. I'm not the one with any violent police reports against them. That would be my ex. Feel free to look into them. Reach out to her. You want dirt on me? Reach out to her. She'll tell you what a piece of crap I am. You're not bothering me by reaching out to her. And what's funny is I'm in a corrupt county as well. My sheriff would not. They had video proof of the attack on me, and they would not. They wouldn't press charges either. Second time I've been attacked in this county, that they would not. Second time on video, that they would not show the charges. In fact, I'll show you guys where you guys can watch that. So I've been attacked many times about my my service dog. I have this.
Enjoy.
So, no. Okay, so I'll show you this, and pretty much I'd gone into a restaurant with my service dog, and was told immediately, show me the dog's papers or get the hell out. I don't need to show the dog's papers. There's no papers for a service dog. What matters is the dog trained, and is it for a medical disability? And yes, my dog is fully trained. Came to me fully trained by a group that places dogs with veterans, trained service dogs with veterans. These people in this video physically attacked me. Both of them together. I did not fight back because you'll see they're older. They weren't going to do any serious damage to me, other than they did try. His wife did hit me with a chair. I walked away with bruising, and so I was fine, but I was recording. I record all the stuff. Again, this is another case where, had I not been recorded, had proof, I would have ended up in jail. But whenever you record people, you should know that when you record people, they're probably gonna get in your face, look to attack you, all that stuff. No one is allowed to ask for papers on a service dog. It goes into ADA laws. That is 100% true. There are no papers for service dog. That's an emotional support dog, and emotional support dogs you can't take an emotional support dog anywhere. Emotional support only protects you at your home where like a landlord can't kick you out. But there's even rules about that because the landlord has to be under HUD rules, which means if your landlord owns one house, doesn't I believe it's 8 dwellings is what they need to fall under HUD rules. So there's a lot of misinformation out there. But yeah, this is another time when I was attacked, just like when my ex and her boyfriend attacked me. I am not a violent person, and I don't know why people keep wanting to like push this narrative. It's like I literally have the videos. I literally have the videos. And next month, once my legal stuff clears up and I'm clear to post the videos, I will be posting a lot of videos. I've got stuff that I can prove. Now, for the video that she was referencing, that was me going to the child development center. So my child's daycare. And they were denying me access to documents at my son's daycare, even though I had the court order showing that it was 50-50 custody, 50-50 legal custody, which means I'm entitled to that stuff. And I recorded it because I did an inspector general's complaint to the base saying, hey, they're not following the law. The inspector general refused to investigate because they said, oh, California is a two-party consent state. You can't record people. Well, that's false. They were in the CDC. They already had cameras. So they're recording me, which means I can record them. I don't need, they're already being recorded. There's no permission needed. It's already there and granted. By my presence there, I'm giving my, consent to being recorded just by being in their lobby. But I can record them because they're recording. That's the way it works. It's the reasonable person standard. If a reasonable person understands that you can record them, they can record you. If you think JH is wrong, it does not excuse the wrong and lies of LP. Anyone thinking LP is the victim clearly as their. Oh yeah, very true, very true. Yep, true for emotional support animals. They have to be registered in the city. I'm in Canada. Yeah, well, Canada has different rules, but yeah. I forwarded what you said about your letters to Jeremy. It's also against ADA law. They can't ask you about your service dog. No, they can ask me about the service dog. They can ask me 2 questions about the service dog. And you can ask, is your dog a service dog? And then you can ask, what service do they provide? They can't ask, how'd you get your dog? They can't ask for papers about the dog. They can't ask for, they can't ask about anything about my medical conditions. All that's important is that my dog is trained to help me with a medical disability. And they can ask, what's the dog trained to do? Mine is medical alert and compression trained. So she's trained. She came to me fully trained. So I'm going to show this one to you guys. Let me hide this. You think they took my order? Because they're on the phone with the sheriff right now. It's not 3 o'clock yet. I like the front door with customers inside. That is a fire hazard.
The door is locked.
Yeah, that's a fire hazard when you have customers inside.
Wait, what?
That's a fire hazard when you have customers inside.
Keep going, man. Give a fuck. Come on. Come on. I'm gonna break your goddamn telephone.
Oh, you are?
Yes.
So you're gonna threaten me? You're gonna
I said
threaten
to leave. We're closed.
You're gonna threaten me and my property?
What's your property?
My phone.
Huh?
My phone.
Of course not.
Again, you can either serve me or you can get the sheriff, as I told you 2 hours ago.
You see
So-
these goddamn signs? Refuse to shut it to everybody.
Because initially you told me that my dog was not allowed, and you kept pointing at that sign. The dog is a service dog.
Yeah, yeah. You're locking both doors, and that's
This is only locked.
well. It's a good thing I was. It's a good thing as you just admitted, I've been here.
So one thing I want you guys to know, this is an hour and a half, actually 2 hour long video if you want to watch the whole thing. And it's on my channel. And then said if I didn't get my dog out of their place, they were going to call the sheriff. And I said, call the sheriff. And when they called the sheriff, I said, okay, well, now I have to wait for the sheriff. So that's what I was doing at this point, was waiting for the sheriff.
For hours, so I'm waiting to be served, or I'm waiting for the sheriff to come. So whichever one you choose, either serve me or get the sheriff. I can, as you can see.
Yeah, my audio cuts out here. It comes back. Notice how mad they are and antagonistic. On 2 platforms. The part about getting an attorney was from you speaking to TV got picked up. Oh, okay. Where's Shannon? Here's the attack coming.
Okay? Whoa!
He's assaulting me. You guys are seeing this. Let him punch me. This is non-violent.
So that's the end of the video there. As you can see, I was not the violent one. I was not violent at all. I'm not a violent person. I don't like violence. There's appropriate ways to handle stuff. Why was I waiting for the sheriff there? Because I was waiting to get an incident report, and I would have been trespassed, and I never needed to go back to that place. I would have been trespassed, and once I would have been trespassed, I would have been able to go make a complaint with the California Civil Rights Division that they had violated my civil rights. You got to do things the right way whenever possible. Shannon. No, he said he would take her mineral rights, is what he said. But what's funny about people like Shannon, if you look at the videos where Jeremy said that would have been like July and August of 2023. In May of 2023, Jeremy sent Lynette a cease and desist. Lynette posted that she would not be following the cease and desist. This is all on her. He was willing to go his separate way. She would have had to go her separate way, but she said no. So, that's why I laugh about when these people, I've got more than enough stuff when they try to personally attack me. It's like, you do realize I've got proof. If I didn't have proof of all this stuff, I would have been in jail a long time ago. Why did you target that place? You knew they didn't want you in there. I didn't target anybody. I went into that place. Okay, I went in to get a to-go order, and I was actually going to go back to my office. But as soon as I walked in, they started harassing me about my dog. And it's illegal. It is illegal. You cannot discriminate against people with disabilities. And so I sat down, and if you watch that video, as I'm sitting there, another guy comes over, and he goes, they've harassed a friend of mine who's brought his dog in here, and he had to leave. And I was like, well, that's just more for me to show that I need to be here. I need to be here. I need to get trespassed, and then I'm going to take this up with California Civil Rights. Had those people just served me and said, okay, here, we'll serve you, get out of here, I would have walked. I would have walked. But and that those people, they're now out of business because of that. Because they attacked me, because they harassed me over my service dog. They are out of business. They still own the building. They now rent to another place. That's perfectly fine. That's their right. But if they ever tried to start another business, I will be on them again, because you can't treat disabled people that way. That's illegal. Um, just ask Shannon, why did Lynette not follow the cease and desist? That's all you got to ask. Why would she not follow the cease and desist? If anyone ever sends you a cease and desist, the thing that you should do is go to what's it? Go to a lawyer and have a lawyer respond. That's what you should always do. That's not what Lynette did. She was posting saying that she had a lawyer, and her lawyer told her not to ignore it. That's where she's an idiot. Like, you didn't have a lawyer. No lawyer told you that. You were listening to C lawyers. Me, and maybe you can give me the number of your C people like you can't handle the truth. What truth? Why did she ignore the cease and desist? What's the truth on that, Shannon? Again, this is why I tell the I tell the mods, don't block the haters. Don't block the haters. What truth? What truth? How long has it been since she done or said anything? But Jerem continued. They just filed a new case. Come on, Shannon. They filed a new case this week. Come on. Stop. You're just being facetious at this point. You're just being facetious. I'm looking for some documents here that I want to go over. It's going to take me a while, though, to find them. I got to scroll through a whole bunch of stuff. If it's illegal, why did a judge hold my disability and be a veteran against me? Well, okay, so judges are judges have a lot of power, and they can be wrong, as we saw with Judge Grudge. But when they do that, you should give the copy of the court record. Keep fighting. That's why I do this show, is so to help people like you be able to keep fighting. I'm all about helping people who don't have a voice get a voice. I'm looking for these documents. Is this it? Oh, damn it. Okay. I didn't want that. Don't want that. What I'm looking for is, well, here, I know where to go. It'll just take me a little bit longer. I'm looking for the documents that Attorney Shockett filed. We'll go through those. If I knew you were sitting on a gold mine, I would buy the mineral. Yeah, absolutely. Anybody can buy the mineral rights. It has nothing to do with it. I could, if I wanted to, I could buy her mineral rights. No one sees him for who he is. So why are you here? Why are you here? Like, you're not convincing anybody. Everybody has seen her be a horrible person. So why are you here? You're not going to convince anyone. Any recommendations on good property cameras? Honestly, there's several good options on Amazon. I bought several on Amazon, so I've got coverage around my house. Definitely get yourself a dash cam. You can get one off Amazon for $50. Okay, come on.
think my internet's acting up. There we go. Yeah. Do you ever notice, like, you literally have a woman, a woman who's a Lynette fan, who is threatening to post my personal stuff, uh, because she's mad that she came in here, attacked people, and I called her a drug addict. Uh, like, like, and you think that's okay? But what Jeremy's doing is bad. Jeremy's just making videos. All right, now I'm gonna have to go through these pages. Okay, summons. Let me see what this is. I'm on the county court page, and I'm trying to. Attorney Shockett filed. There's a standing order here. Let's show this. This is from the docket. Requires chief judge of each department administrative order. Okay. Presiding judge in each case actually manage factors. Okay, so that's from Mosley. Looks like just a standard order concerning the number of people. That's what that appears to be. What I'm looking for is Attorney Shockett filed. He filed a response, and that's what I'm trying to find. I have never said that I agreed with the things that she has done, have I? What I'm saying is Jerem's behavior is disgusting. He went to the court. That's what you should do in these things. He went to the court. Okay. Where is... Here. Okay, there's summonses. There's the standing order. Where is the filing? Am I going to really have to go through all this to find this stupid filing? Oh, I may have found it. Hold on. Oh, that's the complaint. Okay. Hold on here. Sorry, folks. I'm just going through all this stuff. And the way Facebook is organizing it is so freaking frustrating. Does anyone have it that they can send to me in a clean version? Because it's a motion for a sham. Yeah, Attorney Shockett motioned for a sham case. If anyone has it, if anyone does, just shoot it to me. Let me know, because yeah, I'd like to show it. I I just got bogged down, excuse me, with a bunch of other stuff. Where you guess it's just me for right now. If people want to jump on, I'm sure they can. They'll send me a thing. The fact that no one here believes his behavior is wrong. What behavior? I'm not referring to court stuff when he talks about her. He's allowed to talk about her. She is harassing him. Have you not seen the phone calls? She's calling the sheriff on him nonstop. Like, she needs to stop. She needs to cease and desist. Okay. Okay, hold on. Looks like someone. Okay, yeah, someone sent it to me. So let me download. Sorry it's taking me so long. Oh, Angry Vet, thank you for gifting all these memberships. Congratulations to those who are getting them. You guys all are getting a coupon code. You can buy some of our merchandise at a 5% discount. Okay. Here we go. Now let me go grab these and I'll move them into my little folder. Let me clear these up. I always have to organize myself. Boom. Okay, because if not, this will all look weird when I pull it up onto, when I pull it up. So let's go through these. And thank you to the follower who sent me this stuff. So here, I'll put this up. And I'm going to go get some coffee. Well, actually, no, I'm out of coffee. So I won't go get coffee. Do this. Okay. So this is guess who okay. Folks, look who's emailing me. Deuce Foreskin. Deuce, we know you're watching now. I have told you, stop contacting me. Stop contacting me. I don't want your freaking emails. I'm considering right now a criminal complaint of harassment. Stop contacting me. I'm not putting up your crap. Larry Foreman said, yeah. Larry, look. I specifically, and I have the screenshots. I told Bruce, stop contacting me. He's still harassing me. What do I have to go make a complaint to my local sheriff to get this guy to stop? I don't want your freaking emails. You're harassing me. Jesus. No one cares about your stupid thing. Bruce, I don't want any emails from you. I don't want any phone calls from you. I don't want any messages from you. I don't want any contact with you. I can't make that any clearer. Can't make it any clearer. No, thank you, Larry. I appreciate that. I appreciate you guys for fighting this BS in court. DUI guy is a clout chaser. Come on, Angry Vet. Be nice. He's in here. He's fighting this case. Well, I got people saying, ask Larry if he wants to come on. Larry, if you do want to come on, you're more than welcome to come on if you'd like me to. If you'd like to come on and discuss this. But I am going to go through your motion. I am going to go through this. But this goes to show I am being stalked by Deuce Foreskin. He is stalking me. He needs to leave me the hell alone. I want nothing to do with him. I'm covering this case on my channel. That's what I'm doing. Oh, DUI guy. Oh, yeah, he's in here. I thought you were saying he was on stream. But if Larry wants to come on, I will happily have him on, and then I'll have the two lawyers from this case will had been on the show. So here's the motion for sanctions. Pursuant to Florida, defendant Jeremy Hales by and through the undersigned counsel and pursuant to section 57.105 moves the court to impose sanctions against Michelle Preston, quote unquote, that's not her name, Michelle Preston, and Preston's counsel jointly and the following. Preston filed a complaint which alleges a violation of Florida statute 540.08 for the unauthorized use of plaintiff's name and likeness of his YouTube channel by publishing Miss Preston's picture on video thumbnails without her consent and by publishing and using her name and image without her consent. Oh, bring in Larry Foreman. Only if he wants to come on. I'm not going to pressure him. He might not want to come on because this is an active case, but he's a lawyer. And yeah, see, unfortunately, this is an active case. He's smart to not discuss it. Oh, you're sitting in a conference in Vegas today. Oh man, that hopefully it's a good conference. I've been to those Vegas conferences. Some are good. He could talk about it. The other people, I would advise not doing it unless they have their attorney there. Name likeness of his YouTube channel by publishing Miss Preston's picture on video thumbnails without her consent and using her name video likeness. Preston then alleges that as a result of Hale's publication and use of Preston's picture and name without her consent, Miss Preston has sustained loss and injury, a copy of the complaint being attached here to as Exhibit 1. Okay. This is page 2. They do, because of when I download and the way things save, they do get jumbled sometimes. Under Florida law, the allegation claims made in the complaint are utterly frivolous and without merit. A copy being attached here to is Exhibit 2. The chat's going by really fast. Do I have any of the moderators that can slow down the chat? A complaint is frivolous and completely without merit under Florida law, and thus Preston and her legal counsel should be sanctioned pursuant to 57.05 because Preston and her counsel knew or should know that the frivolous claims asserted and alleged in the complaint are one, not supported by the material facts that establish such claims, or two, not supported by an application of then existing law to those facts as the pending abuse of process claim is absolutely barred by Florida litigation privilege. Angry Vet, I think you shouldn't hate on the. You should don't attack him. He's in here doing his things, and honestly, you should want people like Larry covering your case because your case is complete and total BS. And more of knowing about what's happening to the Angry Vet, will know or will help the Angry Vet. And as you see, you have the First Amendment auditing community. A lot of these people are about themselves. That's the people who are, there's a lot of people in there really chasing clout. I know Kevin, the Angry Vet. I know he is fundamentally a principled veteran. He's just a veteran. He's like a bunch of us. You do something to us, we're going to get in your face until you go F yourself. But yeah, I would tone that back. You want more people covering your case is what I would tell you. Do we think that Bruce is Shannon? We're watching. And they all have this, you just don't know the truth. Okay, whatever. Like watching the videos. Like Lynette could start her own channel and post her side, but we've seen her side. We've heard all of the phone calls to the Levy County Sheriff. We've seen the stuff that she's done. Florida statute authorizes courts to award sanctions against the parties who raise claims and defenses not supported by material facts necessary to establish the claim or defense, or would be not supported by the application of then existing law to those material facts. Upon the court's initiative, a motion of any party, the court shall award a reasonable attorney's fee, including prejudgment interest paid to the prevailing party in equal amounts by the losing party and the losing party's attorney on any claim or at any time during civil proceedings, or and with the losing party or the losing party's attorney that a claim or defense was initially presented to the court at any time before trial. Facts to establish claim. B, would not be supported by the application of then existing law to those material facts. Notwithstanding subsections 1 and 2, monetary sanctions may be awarded. Okay, now we'll go to the next one. And that's page 5, page 6. So we got to go this way. Where's page? Okay, here's page 3. The application of 57.105 statute states, as the district court noted in this case, 788, so second at 161, the statute no longer applies to only an entire action. It now applies to any claim or defense. The standard for granting fees has also changed. Previously, a movement had to show that a complete absence of a judiciable issue of either law or fact raising by the losing party. Under the revised version, a movement need only show that the party and counsel knew or should have known that the claim or asserted was A, not supported by the facts, B, not supported by an application of then existing law. The amendments therefore granted expand the statute's potential use. You don't hate Larry. Okay. Well, don't come in here hot. You know rules. And I really think people like Larry should look at your case. I think that they should cover it. The first district stated that the word shall, as used in 57.105, expressly shows the legislature's intent to impose a mandatory penalty in the form of reasonable attorney's fees to discourage baseless claims by placing a price tag on losing parties who engage in such frivolous activities. The use of the word shall in section 57.105 Florida statutes has been found evidence the legislative intention to impose a mandatory penalty in the form of a reasonable attorney's fees in order to, okay, where's page 4? In order to discourage baseless claims, stonewall defenses, and sham appeals by placing a price tag, through attorney's fees on losing parties who in these activities. So he's saying, okay, this is a sham, this is a sham case. Dismiss it and give us money. Is this motion? In determining whether a party is entitled to statutory attorney's fees under the Florida statute, frivolousness is determined when the claim or defense was initially filed. If the claim or defense is not initially frivolous, the court must then determine whether the claim or defense became frivolous after the suit was filed. In doing so, the court determines if the court or counsel knew or should have known that the claim or defense asserted was not supported by the facts or an application of existing law. Merely requires at trials determination that the offending party either knew or should have known that the claim being challenged was not supported by material facts or would not be supported by application of then existing law to those material facts. Reversing a trial court's fees and concluding that the state compelled an award where the claim was meritless. It is clear that the bar for imposition of sanctions has been lowered, but just how far it has been lowered is an open question requiring a case-by-case analysis. Okay, I'm just looking here. Yeah, we're just going through the new motion in the likeness case. A claim is not supported by the material facts within the meaning of the statute authorizing an award of attorney's fees as a sanction for raising unsupported claims of defenses. When the movement has admissible evidence sufficient to establish the material facts as being undisputed and in the moving party's favor. Therefore, as was his legal right, Jeremy Hales served but did not yet file a motion for sanctions pursuant to section 57. Preston and her counsel had 21 days to take corrective action to withdraw the unsupported complaint. Unfortunately, Preston and her counsel failed to take advantage of the 21-day safe harbor, and they pursued the action without pause. Accordingly, Jeremy Hales moves for sanctions against Preston and her counsel pursuant to Section 57. Wherefore, Jeremy Hales respectfully requests that the Honorable Court enter an order granting this motion, ruling that Preston and or her counsel knew or should have known that the claims asserted against Jeremy Hales herein are baseless and without merit under the law, and thus untenable and patently frivolous. Imposing sanctions against Preston and or her counsel jointly and severally pursuant to Florida statute and any other relief the court deems just and proper. I certify that on 8/7 a true and correct copy. So there you have. Do we have? Does it have any of the exhibits? No, none of the exhibits attached. Okay, so there we have it. That is the motion. But we learned so much more. We learned so much more going through that. We learned that Bruce is stalking me, will not respect that I told him to stop contacting me. That's a pretty standard motion. A pretty standard motion for those that I've left. It's pretty much on its face. Now, the judge will have to rule on it. Will the judge rule in favor is going to be the question. He doesn't have to constantly stalk, and it's his right to put out videos. Just stop it, Shannon. Just stop it. Why doesn't she stop? She's filing new court cases. So how many of her court cases have to be tossed out? How many times does she have to be found guilty? She needs to stop. Hey, MaxLab, Bruce is watching. He's already emailed me. He needs to stop contacting me. You think a lawyer would know that? When someone tells you, I'm hereby letting you know I want no further contact with you. That doesn't mean email me or contact me on a different platform. It means stop contacting me. Must be a small, okay. Sorry, I'm looking at people. Okay, thank you for those who have sent me this stuff. Okay. So yeah, that's a pretty standard motion. I would say that's something that, Randy Shockett had to, he had to file that. Again, it's one of these things that if they were to be found guilty and then wanted to appeal, they have to show that they filed that motion and that it's a part of the court record. But the judge could say, yeah, I think this is frivolous, and yeah, I'm going to dismiss. Oh, okay. I got people messaging me, just various things. I do appreciate it. I'm not going to get to all of it. Again, some of this stuff I'll get to. Some of it, it's like, okay, I've got to keep things kind of moving on along. If you have your own special case, I would love to help you. Just give me time to go through, and I don't like. If someone sends me something, I don't like going completely live with it because I don't know what your limitations are. What do you want discussed on the show? What do you not want discussed on the show? So I do always have to be careful of that stuff. But yeah, when you have, oh my God, he sent me another email. What the hell? Stop contacting me. I can't be any clearer. Do not contact me ever again in any forum. This is harassment. This dude just won't stop. Stop contacting me, dude. I don't want your emails. I don't want your messages. I gave you the chance to come on the show. You came on the show. You made yourself look like an ass. You blew it. You blew it. You came on and you told me, oh, it's a legal adoption, because I said it's not a legal adoption. I was reading comments, dude. I was reading comments of people. It's not a personal belief I've ever held. You made yourself look like an ass. You went viral because of it. Stop contacting me. I'm not going to highlight any of your stuff. Report them to the bar. No, what I'm going to do, I'll have another discussion with my attorney. What my attorney wanted to do last time was, he was like, we'll just send him a letter. But there's other people involved. So that's why the letter hasn't gone out. But I'm going to contact him today and be like, look, the dude is still contacting me. And I'll see if I should just start doing police reports at this point. You think an attorney would know when someone tells you to stop contacting them, they would be smart enough to be like, okay, yeah, I'll delete this guy's contact information and leave him alone. No, he's still at, look, I've told him on this stream, stop contacting me. What is he doing? Lynette has an idiot for an attorney. There you go. That's a personal opinion of this show. She has an idiot for an attorney because the guy will not fucking listen. Right? What kind of attorney keeps contacting? Like, I have never dealt with someone this unprofessional. Can I file? So I'm not going to do it. If one comes, it will be through my attorney. Well, cease and desist defaming the uncensored group. Okay, sue me, Joyce. Again, sue me. I would love to be sued because that means I'm going to bring a countersuit. Would love to. The uncensored group. What I'm saying are facts. Facts are you have drug addicts in your group. Facts are you have people who have child porn convictions in the group and who have been members of the group. That's not defamation. That's true. That is absolutely true. And I can prove it. And I would love for you to bring a sham frivolous lawsuit. Sorry, I'm just getting caught up in your guys' things here. Yeah, how dumb is this attorney? He thinks that filing. I'll tell you what he's really trying to do. He is trying to get me to lose it to where I break the law. And I know that's what he's doing. Like, it's like, dude, we see right through you. He is begging to get a lawsuit against me. And I've already said, do it. I would love to go into a California court and file a countersuit. I would love it. Deuce is an embarrassment to the law. I mean, what kind of attorney harasses people? This reminds me of that attorney in New York the one who was filing all those frivolous lawsuits. He was one of those male rights attorney. And he Roy Den Hollander. Yeah. Okay. Let's go into this guy. This is okay. You want to know what Bruce is like? Roy Den Hollander. Okay. You guys, if you don't know this about this guy, oh, this guy, this is special. He was an American attorney who gained notoriety as a suspected murderer after acting as an attorney in several unsuccessful sex discrimination suits on behalf of men. He also worked as an investigator in Russia. Oh, do we see any parallels? Someone who works overseas with how the stoking laws are written in California, he would lose big time. Yeah. California, there's a lot of things that make it very advantageous to California residents when they're. That's why if you are going to try to sue YouTube, you have to do it in California. They're based in California in terms of service. There's a reason why they do that. Den Hollander, who earlier stated he was dying from cancer, was found dead 20 July 2020 outside a rental car in an apparent self-inflict, which contributed to him being made a suspect in the July 2020 murder of lawyer Mark Angelucci in Eastern California, and 8 days later, attack on the family of U.S. District Judge Esther Salas in New Jersey, in which Salas' son Daniel Andrell was killed and Salas' husband Mark Andrell wounded. Okay, so he went to George Washington Law School, earned an MBA, worked as an attorney in the Office of Chief Counsel in the Internal Revenue Service Interpretive Division. Again, somebody who then one type of law and then went and started taking these other frivolous cases in another realm of law. He also worked as a private investigator for Kroll Associates in Russia. Again, parallels, worked overseas. A lot of attorneys who go and work overseas is because they've been embarrassed in the U.S. In March 2000, he married Angelina Cephalina, a Russian model living in Russia, but the two separated 9 months later. Lynette, the only sovereign citizens are the crooked attorneys in chat. So we're seeing more parallels here. He would later accuse his former wife of having ties to Russian organized crime. He was also apparently a men's rights activist and self-described anti-feminist, who previously had been known filing unsuccessful lawsuits against ladies' night promotions at bars and nightclubs, as well as suing Columbia University for offering women's study classes. Hang in there, buddy. What you need to do is, even though he's sending you more emails, don't speak his name because you're giving him notoriety, which is just feeding his ego. No, I will talk about him because it does help this channel. Him being this stupid, like this is going to go viral again. He's just going to go viral and look like ass. Like I'll do another. You don't think I'll clip this and put unprofessional attorney won't stop harassing me? Of course I'm going to. What are we doing? I'm looking something up. Oh, sovereign citizen movement. Okay, yeah, that those people are a bunch of sea lawyers. Again, sea lawyers. Don't stick your neck out when someone's telling you to stick your neck out. Let them stick their neck out. His string of unsuccessful lawsuits earned him an appearance on the Colbert Report. On August 20th, 2008, he was an on-air guest of Fox News' Neil Cavuto. In 2015, he represented the plaintiffs of a gender equity lawsuit in U.S. District of New Jersey, challenging the constitutionality of a military male-only draft. The lawsuit went before Judge Esther Salas, who sided against some of Den Hollander's arguments, but allowed the case to proceed in court. So, again, there allowed the case to proceed in court. That means there was a motion to dismiss, just like this motion. But the judge was like, no, I'm going to let this go. So people who get very into, oh, there's a motion, the judge has to rule on this. No, they don't. The judge has to weigh both sides. They have to be fair. And the motions may be accepted, may not, but the attorneys have to make them because it has to be entered in as part of the record. He reportedly believes that Salas was deliberately stalling the lawsuit for political reasons. In September 2016, documents were uploaded to Den Hollander's website with contact info for Russian lawyers who should be contacted, quote, if something happens to me. They were trying. He also, what's also funny is he also tried to sue Jim Norton, a comedian who made fun of him. You all tell me how continuing attacking her the way he does, help that little girl. You all say, let's do what's best for the child. That blind. The child is pooping in. Well, actually, the child's still in diapers and is 5 years old. But Lynette is pooping in a Home Depot bucket. Okay. In 2019, he handed the draft case to a team of fellow lawyers, citing a terminal illness diagnosed that he will later reveal to be melanoma. In January 2020, he informed reporters painfully dying from a metastasized cancer. Den Hollander has been described as a men's activist by various sources and has been part of the National Coalition of Men before kicked out, although he has himself denounced the movement, calling them wimps and whiners. In various online writings, thousands of pages, Den Hollander denounced women and specifically female judges, 1,000 pages posted online to 2019. He exposed sexual, racist, and misogynistic views, and one such document disparaged Salas directly. In another document outlined possible solutions to feminists and political comedies, he wrote, things tend to change when individual men start taking out those specific persons responsible for destroying their lives before committing suicide. It is said he was a volunteer. Oh, we've got the kitty. Conspiracy kitty. Are you here to defend Roy Den Hollander? Yeah, do you ever know? Yeah, Shannon, go there and help the liar. Do you ever notice none of these people are there willing to help clean up her property? They barely even give her money. She put up another GoFundMe, or the one that she had taken down, she re-put up. Like, oh my God, she's just a grifter. Her and attorney are grifters. I may do that, SMN. I'm going to talk with my attorney again as to what he thinks. He espoused sexist, racist, and misogynistic views. In one such document, disparaged Salas and dispelled Salas directly. In another document, which outlined possible solutions to feminist and political commies, he wrote, things begin. Okay, I'm sorry, I read that. He said he was a volunteer for Donald Trump's presidential campaign and attacked President Barack Obama, Supreme Court Justice Sonia Sotomayor, and Hillary Clinton. On July 11th, 2020, lawyer and National Coalition for Men leader Mark Angelucci was fatally shot in front of his home in Cedar Pines Park, California, an unincorporated county near community in California. A man rang the doorbell when someone else from the house, or the unknown assailant, said that he was there for a package delivery for Angelucci. As he came to the door to sign the package, Angelucci was shot, and after which the shooter sped away in an as yet undetermined vehicle. Angelucci was pronounced dead on the scene after paramedics arrived. The FBI murder and possible links to the shooting of District Judge Esther Salas' son and husband in New Jersey, which occurred 8 days later. In both attacks, the murderer posed as a package delivery man. According to the president of the NCFM, Harry Kraut, activist Paul Elam, Den Hollander had been kicked out of the organization after he became enraged after he was not named counselor in the National Coalition of Men v. Selective Service System. A lawsuit filed in 2013. Papers mentioning Angelucci had been found in the car when Den Hollander had killed himself. Den Hollander viewed Angelucci as a rival, reportedly bore a grudge against him. That's why I say whenever you're doing online, be careful of people trying to hijack it. So this guy was filing all these frivolous lawsuits against Ladies' Night. It brought him a lot of ridicule, and he then joined this group. He doesn't agree with how they're fighting it. He tries to get in and subvert the group. When they allow it to be subverted, he then becomes enraged and starts attacking. In June 2020, the family of U.S. District Court Judge Esther Salas was attacked at their home, killing Salas's son Daniel, age 20, and leaving her husband Mark in a critical but stable condition from multiple gunshot wounds. Salas was in the basement at the time of the attack and was not injured. The FBI is leading the investigation in conjunction with the U.S. Marshals Service and local enforcement, and Den Hollander has been named as a suspect. Investigators believe a person dressed as FedEx employee was in the neighborhood at the time of the attack, but could not determine whether the person in uniform was the assailant. The day after the attack on Salas's family, Den Hollander was found dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound in Rockland near Liberty in Sullivan County, New York. A list of judges, doctors, and other targets was found in a rental car chartered by Den Hollander on the road where he's bound. The list included Judge Salas and Mr. Angelucci and an actor and comedian, Jim Norton, who Hollander unsuccessfully tried to slew for slander after an interview on the Opie and Anthony show, as well as one oncologist who had treated Den Hollander. In an interview with 60 Minutes, Judge Salas claimed that Hollander had also targeted Supreme Court Justice Sonia Sotomayor and had been recently reached a terminal cancer diagnosis. Law enforcement officials told New York Times that a Walther semi-automatic pistol Den Hollander used was of the same caliber of the weapon used in both the California shooting and the New Jersey shooting. Immediately after discovery of Den Hollander's body, officials identified him as the primary suspect in the attack against Salas's family. 2 days later, authorities linked Den Hollander to Angelucci's killing. So this is how crazy these people can be. This is how far they will take things. This is funny. I gotta show this one. So someone's sending a letter to the president about me. Good. Make sure you spell my name correctly. Arthur is spelled Arthur. A lot of people try to put E's in there. Send a letter to the president. Here's one thing. If you send a letter to the president, I'll send a letter to the president. How's that sound? Which president are they going to send a letter to? President of YouTube? Dear President of the Internet. Stop defending the indefensible. Stop. That's what I'll tell you, Shannon. Just help. She needs a therapist. She does not need an attorney filing stuff. She needs a therapist. That's what she needs. You want to help this situation? Get her a therapist, because if she stops, Jeremy will stop. Guaranteed. Jeremy doesn't want this fight. He'll do it. He just doesn't want it. And I don't blame him. Don't blame him one bit. I can't believe that dummy. I still can't believe he's sending me emails. Stop sending me. I don't want your crap, dude. It's harassment. Stop harassing me. Lynette always, yeah. Oh, it's a grift. It's a grift. She always begs for money. We have so many screenshots of haters. She's been grifting for a long time, and she had minimal success with it. Minimal success, but Jeremy outed her. I can't believe Patty was stupid enough to send her money. How big of an idiot do you have to be to send this woman money? How big of an idiot do you have to be to take her cases? Like, have they not figured out she will not stop? She's still talking. She's still talking. Like, cease and desist is what you should be doing. Oh my God, the insanity of these people. And then it'll be interesting. Last night we talked about Amanda Jo Everhart. That's a woman who pretends to be a veteran. She lives in Illinois, pretends to be a veteran, and she loves GoFundMe's as well. She's got, and here's the thing: do not go and interact with this woman. She will attack you. You will be attacked if you go to try to communicate with this woman. She runs a nonprofit called Op Shell Shock. I don't think it's actually a nonprofit. I think she just puts YouTube pages up, but she has gotten military members in jail where she is posed as other people. It's pretty sick. And she's not a veteran. We've outed that she's not a veteran. And what she does now is claims that her dad was a veteran. Her dad was not a veteran. At least we can't find any proof, but we have found proof that her dad was a sex offender. That we have been able to prove. So we might be highlighting that crazy woman. So there you go. I know Bruce is watching. There you go. There's another client for you. Mike shouldn't have to bark. Oh, I'm not going to, because I've told him in writing to stop. You guys, we have evidence here. I've told him to stop harassing me. Do you think he's going to stop? He's going to keep going. And we already know that he uses other means. Like, he poses as other people. Like, he's got alts. She basically started this garbage when she DCF, what CPS call. Yeah. I'm scrolling through looking at your guys' things. I'm going to be ending the stream here shortly. We're coming up on 2 hours. I don't want this to get too long. But I mean, he gave me another video. It's going to be unprofessional attorney contact or won't stop harassing me. We got trolls already today. Oh, do we ever? We got attorney trolls. Like, I'm like, what stupid attorney keeps contacting? We'll see. We talked last time we discussed Bruce, we talked about several different avenues. He did tell me, he was like, don't you dare make a bar complaint. He was like, if we go that route, let me do it. And I'm like, okay, that's fine by me. Whenever an attorney gives you advice, you should listen to it. You should listen. If you disagree with it, go talk to another attorney and, consider hiring that other attorney if they give you different advice. But every time an attorney tells me no, stop, don't do this, I listen. I had my attorney tell me, put a dash cam in your car. My attorney told me to do that. That is why I'm not in jail. And there are people, again, I'm still going through with that case. It's linked with my divorce. Yeah, I've got options. How we want to take some of this stuff. I've got options. Oh yeah. Jeremy's going to win in federal court. I'm pretty convinced. It'll be like the only way I don't see him winning is if it's some type of technicality. That's the only way I could see that him not being successful. Shannon, you're embarrassing yourself. You look pretty dumb. just to be honest. You look pretty dumb. You can't defend someone who's clearly breaking the law. And in these things, only one party has been found guilty already. Only one. Yeah, dash cams are a must. I highly recommend it. As you guys have seen, I've got my whole list of dash cam playlist videos. Thank you for being worth serving, Lynette. Yeah, federal court moves incredibly slow. Incredibly slow. That's the downside of federal court. Slower than normal court. Normal court, like your municipal and state courts, move slow. Federal court goes way slower. I mean, that was filed in March. It's September, and we haven't had a hearing yet. Just as an example, how slow it moves. There will be hearing. Oh, this is Eric's from his ministry page. Everyone should check out his thing. He's been. I've encouraged him to do some more devotional stuff. Again, do the positive. Go do positive stuff on your pages. The drama sells. Like, people will tune in for the drama, but ultimately, people do want to see positive stuff. And this channel is all about promoting and helping and entertaining veterans. Skipper will blush at what I'm yelling at times. I'm a Marine. It's hard to get me to blush about stuff like that. Well, yeah, they're right now. They're threatening me. You saw Joyce in here. They're threatening me with a defamation suit on a YouTube group. I can't make this up. I can't make this up. I could think of no better promotion for this show than for them to bring a lawsuit against me for defaming a YouTube group. Yeah, the state should remember the little girl that CPS lost. They found her unalive. Palatka? Is that supposed to be Palaskala? 50 miles from out. Or maybe it's Pawtucket. I don't know. But yeah. Yeah, you see. Okay. I'm a veteran. I don't know what you expect. Our veterans were a pretty gruff bunch. You see that with Angry Vet. I love Angry Vet, but he's a bit gruff. We are. I am less so than many others. Skipper, I'll email you with my Marine friends info about Agent Orange. Give him your contact info too. Oh yeah, of course. Shannon wants cause damage for other motive. Yep. Good morning, Gary. Unfortunately, you're coming in at the end of the stream. I've been going for 2 hours now, so we're going to be wrapping it up. Linda, see if your husband would like to come on the show. I always love talking to veterans and telling their stories. I've been very fortunate to get some good ones. You guys realize that I had Donald Belisarius. He's the producer of Magnum PI, NCIS. I'm trying to think what else. He's come on the show and talked about his time as a Marine. That was a really cool thing where I knew someone who knew his people through some of the stuff he had done, and he came on the show. I wish I'd been doing the show more because it would have been a better interview. I was not as good on camera as what I am now, and that's just experience. Again, if you care so much, you'd be helping her clean up her property. Your only concern is for the child. The child gets locked up. The child is not yet potty trained. We literally have audio of her threatening to spank the child in the mouth. That's not okay. You can spank your child, but never in the head or face. That is so ridiculous. I've never had to raise my hand to my child. And I come from, I was, hit. I was spanked with a belt sometimes. That's how I was raised. But I've never gotten so angry to where I needed to punish my child with a spanking. Never had to. And that's a lot of that is, I think that kids, if they cross a line, they should be spanked. Absolutely. But, I think that there's also ways to do that. You should not do it angry. Yeah, you shouldn't react. I've dealt with so many Marines and said, look, your children are going to pick up the best things about you and the worst things about you. So you should always gauge everything to knowing in that if you want them to be better than you, which I think most people do, you should be approaching things and dealing with them in a way that promotes the best qualities in them. Yeah, the child is 5 years old, still in diapers, not potty trained, lives in a shack. Yeah. No AC. It's disgusting. My niece is being stationed in Korea, has us a bit nervous. I wouldn't. Korea is a very safe country. It's a nice country. I haven't been there yet, but I've got a lot of friends who've been there and loved it. So it is in the Belisarius video is in my thing. I'll have to look and see it. It's not my greatest interview. That's the problem. I was back when the show was Veteran Nation with Sergeant and the Skipper, and I had an Army sergeant that he was my co-host. He only lasted like 9 months, and he was like, "I don't want to do this anymore." It wasn't the greatest interview. He was a great guest. I will say that. Here's what's interesting about it. He had a run-in with Lee Harvey Oswald as a Marine. So maybe I'll clip that. Maybe I'll clip that and put it out. Because that part was interesting. Oh my God. This dude is contacting me again. Stop emailing me. I'm trying to. Stop emailing me, dude. Stop it. This is harassment. This is harassment. Stop emailing me. I want nothing to do with you. Nothing at all. Stop it. He's just daring me at this point. Like, obviously the dude he clearly wants my attention. He wants something from me and my attorney. And here's the other thing. Here's what he doesn't know. I actually have multiple attorneys. I do. Because we have multiple people have already doxed me. They know I've got a business. They know I've got the nonprofit, and then I've got my divorce and all the stuff attached to that. In fact, I'm actually about ready to get a fourth attorney. Thank God that a lot of this stuff can be written off as business expenses. Oh yeah, he's digging his hole deeper. That's why I won't block him. I am smart enough not to block him. He's gonna keep sending me stuff, and that's just proof that he keeps contacting me. I have it. I've got it now multiple times in writing for him to stop contacting me. Here's what it is. Him and Lynette both have a mental quirk. She has a mental illness. I'm totally convinced of that. I'm convinced. I've seen enough veterans with mental illness. I'm pretty positive she's got a mental illness, and we've heard that she has diagnosis and other things. He has some type of narcissistic disorder where if people are talking about him, he's one of those guys that, when you walk in a room, people stop talking. He's like, "Were you talking about me?" This is the type of guy that is. But it's a little bit more than that he needs people to like if people are talking about him, he needs to control it. He needs to find ways to divert it. He can't just like when Slug was talking about me, I was like, I'm not going on his channel. I don't care. He can talk about me all day long. But I told people, clip what he's saying, because if he crosses the line, I will, I will take legal action. I'll ask her if she'll let me do that. You know what? I'm gonna send her and Tug. Like, they're not gonna believe it that he's still emailing me. He is still like, oh my god, what a crazy dude. Well, folks, I'm gonna go ahead and end this. I'm sure I'll get emails and stuff after this, but stop bubbles. Yeah, okay. Hashtag stop bubbles. That's our new hashtag. Stop bubbles. And if any of you guys have comms with Shizzy Wisnet or the expert, I did send the expert an email. I'd love to do some stuff with those two guys. I think what they're doing is great. So, you guys are funny. I love you guys. Hey, thank you so much for being here today. Go to veterannationfoundation.com. You can buy some of some of our merch. I might do a Stop Bubbles t-shirt. What would you guys like, a Stop Bubbles t-shirt? Or maybe I'll do Stop Bubbles t-shirt and Stop Bubbles like keychain. Monetize your haters. Monetize your haters. That's what I'm going to do. I'll come up with something today. So yeah, I won't do anything on Lynette. But yeah, this guy who okay, so you guys like that. I'll do something small. Maybe I'll do some, because I want it to be affordable. So maybe I'll do some stickers. Maybe I'll do a t-shirt and some keychains and stuff. Tiny bubbles in the wine make me happy. Okay, so I'll do that video. I'm gonna do another karaoke video for Bubbles. That's it's done. Put it in. It's done. Hey, you guys, thank you so much. I'll get that stuff out today, and I'll do a video releasing that. We're doing it. And this will be great. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. And as always, thank you for being worth serving.